Digimon is celebrating 25 years of animation this year, meaning that it's been around for such a long time now. I don't feel old. Video games, virtual pets, anime, movies, merchandise, mangas, audio dramas, web novels. There are so many different things that Digimon has given us over the years to enjoy. But let's say you haven't even started getting into Digimon, and now we're curious how you could possibly get started. Where can you possibly start with everything that's out there? Well, let's take a quick look at what Digimon is for you newcomers and where it began before I give you my top picks for getting into the fandom if you have no idea what a Digivice or an Agumon even is. So Digimon as a franchise got to start way back in June of 1997 as a series of toys that are made to be a more male-oriented style of the little Tamagotchi virtual toys. Though for most people, these small devices weren't really how we were first introduced to Digimon. In March of 1999, the Digimon Adventure anime was released. At least here in the States, at first, it was considered to be kind of a ripoff of Pokemon, as it came out shortly after Pokemon did in the States. Oh, if you look in Japan, actually, Digimon was around longer, but that's a whole nother discussion. Though after a few episodes, namely after episode 8, Evil Shows Its Face, it was made clear that there were far greater stakes than Pokemon ever pretended to have at the time in its anime or games. That was when I was hooked, and I'm still watching it 25 years later. Sure, it is young kids working alongside monsters to do battle. It is really so much more than that, though. With over 10 seasons of anime, 17 movies, yes, I know some of these exact numbers are actually arguable now, some will consider 6 of those movies one season, but that's not what we're here to discuss today. And over 30 different video games released, there are many things that people love about Digimon. The beauty of the show is that if you don't like everything about a season, the next one will likely be completely different. It does not follow the same characters from season to season. Heck, many times it is in a completely different world than the other one was. So with that brief introduction out of the way, let's look into where you should begin. There's a lot to choose from these days and where to begin in getting into this franchise. Many times it all depends on what you have available to you and your budget. So let's go over 3 main things that I think are great for anyone completely new trying to get into the franchise in 2024. Recommend an anime, a video game, and a manga that is entirely free. So first let's go into what most people probably think of when they think of Digimon, the anime. And for me, Digimon Adventure was the first season released, and honestly, for me it's still one of the greatest seasons. I just streamed the video game based off of it and I was still in tears at its ending. Could there be some nostalgia in it for me? Absolutely. But it still has great villains, full plot arcs and story, character development, and will explain to you how everything works with Digivolving, the digital world, and everything in between, because it was the first, and well, it had to get people hooked and interested in this world. With amazing moments that still hold a place in my heart this day, I cannot recommend it enough as a great place for you to get started with Digimon, to really enjoy its great moments that will sit with you for a long time to come. Though, do be careful, as another series named Digimon Adventure 02 and Digimon Adventure with a colon, yeah, that's really what it is, I call it Digimon Adventure 2020, also exist. These are not the same. If you are looking to find it, you can find this season over on Hulu or on Crunchyroll. If you have access to either one of those, you can access it. It looks like, for me, with a quick initial look, you're looking about $8 a month to get these services to watch. Now, if for some reason you're looking for another season besides the original, there's another season that gets a lot of praise that people tell me is one of their favorites, is Digimon Tamers. This is technically the 3rd season that was released. A season far more set with Digimon in the real world, and some of the greatest growth ever seen in a Digimon. Yes, there's usually a lot of growth in the humans, but this one truly gave us the staple example of how to grow and redeem a Digimon. With a crazy Lovecraftian ending, it's a season that does have a lot going on. A very childlike main Digimon that everyone seems to love, set in a tone that can certainly be intense. Just be careful if showing it to children that are too young. A little 10-year-old me got really spooked by the ending of this season and, well, whatever the heck this thing is. If you watch the season, you'll know what it's called, but oh my goodness, this thing was freaky. So moving away from the anime, let's look at a video game. There are so many different video games to choose from. There's a lot of love for the original Digimon World games. Many of them are beloved by fans for a variety of reasons, as they're all quite different. This is not like Pokemon, where every game was very similar. Digimon took a lot of different tries at their games, some for better, some for worse. From the Tamagotchi made-like adventures, to dungeon crawlers, to 1v1 JRPGs, to Diablo-style hack and slash, the originals run the gamut. Though many of these original games are old, difficult to find these days, and definitely have some issues of their own. So actually, to give you a recommendation, newcomer, I would recommend a fairly more recent game, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition. While on Steam, this game that is a re-release of an 8-year-old game is still about $50, you can always wait for a sale and it will drop below $20 at some point. The whole Complete Edition part is mostly that it contains 2 games in one, Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, which technically were 2 differently released games back on the PlayStation 4 console back in the day. While the stories of these 2 games are largely different, there is some intertwining of them. The gameplay and combat of both is exactly the same, even if you're fighting different enemies. A classic 3 Digimon party fighting against the bad Digimon, such as your turn-based Final Fantasies, Breath of Fire, any number of these games that have been around since the dawn of time. The Digivolving mechanic is not too hard to understand in this one. And trust me, in some of them, it can get really weird, trying to understand how to Digivolve to what you want in the original Digimon World, or what exactly you become a Digimon World do, how to unlock new forms of Digimon World. Oh, it can get weird. This one, thankfully, is fine. It's pretty straightforward. It'll tell you exactly what you need to get. It's not hard to learn the rock, paper, scissors style advantages to the data, vaccine, virus triangle. They'll be a huge part of succeeding in these games. I mean, if you've known the triangle of, grass beats water, beats fire, beats grass, or sword beats axe, beats spear, beats sword. So many of these games have these kind of triangles. This is just another triangle of it that will carry on through many different Digimon games if you play and understand this one. With a pretty deep story, a slew of rather interesting characters that run the gambit between the 2 different games, and an ending that, well, honestly divides fans on whether it is actually good or not, there is plenty in these games to enjoy. Plus, for those of you wanting a good time investment in your RPGs, they usually take about 40 hours a piece to beat, unless you want to collect all of the Digimon, which they have an extensive field guide. So if you want to actually collect everything, my save file that did that is around 140 hours. So there's a lot more to be done there. And now, let me introduce you to something that's actually coming out right now, and is actually completely free, Digimon Dreamers. There are 2 main things coming out with Digimon right now. We actually don't have a recent game or anime. We have Digimon Dreamers, which is a manga, and Digimon Seekers, which is a web novel. Now, both of these are free on Digimon.net. You can just go there right now today and read all of these for free right now. But to a newcomer, there is one that clearly stands out to me as a better recommendation, and that is Digimon Dreamers. First of all, it is being officially released in English for free, so you cannot lose anything but time by reading it. Second, it is actually a series so far that it's been a lot of fun. Especially at first, it was a rather light-hearted series that didn't really try to tell anything that deep. Each chapter is only 15 pages of a comic format, so it doesn't take a lot of your time. With a main partner duo that plays well off of each other, a theme that is actually persistent, and a greater story arc in 23 chapters, that's all we have so far, than we ever got in the entire 67 episodes of the last season. Go look at some of my reviews of the most recent season if you want to know the issues that had. But give Digimon Dreamers a try. It's free. There's nothing to lose. Now, there are a few other things I will make a quick mention of here, but personally I have little experience with, and I do not feel as comfortable recommending to you as a newcomer. The virtual pets are where Digimon started, and they continue to come out with more of them. The Vital Bracelet is the most recent fun gadget if you're willing to make an investment, and like the idea of continuously raising a new monster over and over again, as they will go up through their stages, die, be reborn, and you have to raise them up again. The Digimon card game has also had a resurgence lately, and the newest version of it seems to be going quite well. I played with the starter decks, and I did enjoy it, but as always, for such a game, such as a trading card game of nearly any type, make sure you understand the type of investment it takes to be competitive with such a thing. If you get invested into that, it will take you a lot of time to learn it, to be that good at it, a lot of money to get lucky, to either get all the packs to get what you want or go out and buy from someone scalping a specific card. These are huge investments. Do beware. And there is a free MMO, massively multiplayer online game, that is available. But honestly, as a Digimon fan, I don't really recommend it. It's really slow and grindy gameplay, locking the cool Digimon behind paywalls, and even then, those paywalls are actually loot boxes, so you might not even get what exactly you want. It is getting an overhaul sometime this year, so if it changes any of these practices, then I might be able to recommend it. There are so many movies that Digimon has released over the years as well, including one in late 2023, Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning. So, without understanding anything about Digimon or the characters and seasons they are from, they won't really work for someone who is brand new to Digimon. For the most part, they are tied to seasons and those characters. So if you like the season it is based off of, then go and give the movies a try. Going into the movies blind will leave a lot of the subtext out, and you really won't be able to understand necessarily what's going on. I hope this gives you some idea of what all is out there for Digimon. So many different seasons, movies, games, franchise, and now even web publications. There should be something for everyone in this huge franchise for you to enjoy. If you're interested to know more, make sure you subscribe and check out all of the other Digimon videos here on this channel about lore, reviews, video games, and more. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to stay safe in these strange times, and as always, remember to be awesome. Till the next one, take care. Bye-bye.